The Wire is not TV, it is a thesis of urban decay, our political system, our education system, the forgotten inner city, our media, and the stupidity of the war on drugs. Maybe visual media's finest achievement. The story of Frank Underwood and his rise to power in the American political system was incredible for over 5 seasons. The show was a smash hit, but Kevin Spacey's life offset caused the show to fall flat in its final season. Still, the show is incredible binge material. Homicide, based on David Simon's book, follows a Baltimore homicide unit from 1993 to 1999. Despite low viewership, it was critically acclaimed for 7 years, with A-list guest stars and profound storytelling. Seasons 1 and 2 are considered some of the best television ever produced, but it is not available on major streaming services. This sweet show about a group of community college students just trying to graduate is fun, offbeat, and full of heart. Gillian Jacobs, Donald Glover, Joel McHale, and Chevy Chase all bring their A-game to a show that could have tanked in the wrong hands but kept itself fresh and fun for 6 seasons. Part network television's answer to Sex and the City on HBO, but also a show that went off on its own with humor, mystery, and suspense. Desperate Housewives is a very bingeable show. There are flashbacks, fast-forwards, and everything in between. The Mafia epic follows Tony Soprano and his dual life as a gangster and family man. The first 2 seasons delve into his emotional struggles, while also showcasing typical Mafia elements. From season 3 onwards, the show takes unexpected turns, focusing more on character development than violence. By the end, we witness the harsh reality of Tony Soprano's life. The prequel to Breaking Bad is much more than that. Better Call Saul is a better and more mature show than its predecessor. Instead of focusing on the bang, Better Call Saul focuses on a Jimmy McGill's character and how he eventually decays into the horrible drug lawyer Saul Goodman. Along the way, the audience meets maybe television's best supporting character ever, Kim Wexler. HBO's miniseries, Band of Brothers, is the ultimate portrayal of young soldiers fighting in World War II. With stunning cinematography and compelling storytelling, it follows the troops from boot camp to the end of the war. No other war movie or show comes close to its excellence. Taking place in a world overrun by zombies, the human survivors create their own communities, groups, and hierarchies with their own sets of laws, morals, sometimes leading to open, hostile conflict between each other. The show about nothing, Seinfeld is considered the best sitcom ever, following comedian Jerry Seinfeld and his group of 3 unlikable friends through adventures in dating, work, or just talking about laundry. Seinfeld is comedy gold. HBO's underrated show follows Julius Caesar's rise and fall in Season 1 and the conflicts between Mark Antony and Octavian in Season 2. It delves into Rome's complexities, including economic strife and power-hungry politicians. The show's unique approach prioritizes dialogue and political maneuvering over battles. James Purefoy's portrayal of Mark Antony is exceptional. We take on an ambitious Argentine show from 2000 called Ocupas, which portrays a disinterested university student leaving his privileged life to live in an abandoned house with 3 other socially deprived roommates. The show offers a raw and poignant look at Buenos Aires before the economic collapse of 2001. Lost in the Sands of Time is this adult swim cartoon about Black America, the Boondocks. For 4 seasons we get 2 very different perspectives on Black society and aspects of urban culture from the I don't give a carrot presentation of the Boondocks. Great voice casting and some very memorable episodes. Uncle Ruckus may be one of the most despised yet funniest characters on a TV show ever. A show that truly changed the equation, the life of mild and tamed high school chemistry teacher Walter White changes when he is diagnosed with cancer. In his attempt to provide for his family, he enters the world of drug trafficking. Eventually Walter breaks bad, and what started as a noble cause showcases the inner demon that lived within Walter White all along. Do we really have to go into detail here? Friends was a phenomenon in the 90s and is the ultimate binge show to watch today. One of America's greatest sitcoms ever, at times dated but more than holds its own. The now sci-fi phenomenon follows a group of young friends in Indiana in the 1980s as they encounter some unexplained phenomena. Stranger Things has turned into one of Netflix's best shows and has developed a massive following. The unique take on the prison system. What would happen if instead of seeing males in a penitentiary we saw things through the perspective of females? The Black Comedy was Netflix's most streamed show for years and won many awards along the way. Edgy and quirky, it is most definitely worth a look. For 2 seasons Chappelle's show captured America. Dave Chappelle brings his A-game to his sketch comedy show that tackled many social and popular issues of its day, the biggest America's bigotry. After watching seasons 1 and 2 we are left thinking what could have been, instead simply appreciate a 5-star comedy series. So many have tried since, but few have even come close. The Mandalorian, the only Star Wars show with teeth, follows a bounty hunter hired by the remnants of the Empire after Return of the Jedi. It excels in making us care about the protagonist and delivers special moments with fan favorites. It's puzzling how Disney can succeed with The Mandalorian but fail with the Book of Boba Fett. A group of plane crash survivors have to deal with being stranded on an island and the supernatural in this cult classic show that at one point drew 16 million people to watch. For 6 seasons fans were glued to their seats and it is considered one of the best television shows of all time. One of the best television shows ever produced, 6 Feet Under follows the Fisher family, who have a unique business. A funeral home. Through death we examine life, its complexities, hardships, and yes, even joy. Peaky Blinders has run for 6 seasons or series, kind of like mini-movies that follow the criminal gang the Peaky Blinders during the late 1800s to early 1910s in England. Cillian Murphy is amazing as Tommy Shelby, the leader of the gang as they try to get their hand in everything. Love is a witty comedy exploring relationships, from first encounters to long-term commitments. Gillian Jacobs plays the erratic Mickey Dobbs, a substance and sex addict, opposite Paul Rust's charmingly nerdy Gus Crookshank. Despite their differences, they make it work. The show prioritizes the journey, making it a top pick on Netflix. The ultimate Dark Knight show, made for kids but with adult themes and amazing presentation. Heart of Ice, Two-Face, The Laughing Fish, and Feet of Clay are masterpieces. Batman has never been better. Skip subpar shows like Gotham and Pennyworth and watch the best. Even after 30 years, it's still a knockout. The period piece set in the 1960s follows New York City ad men and their world of making the country consume products they don't really need. Don Draper, played by John Hamm, is a complex and amoral character that guides us through the world of ad men at the height of their power.